this game. He has not seen what I have renamed myself to, just so you're aware.
Oh shit! I just, I just noticed.
So after you introduce us, I have got a humdinger of a one-liner for you.
Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
Yep, yep. I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know which one I'm going for.
Right. We're not streaming. Yeah, actually, where's Omega at? I know he's got a fucking shit show of a month.
Handling packages apparently.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got it's a rough time of year.
It's the most wonderful time.
For rampant consumerism.
Yay, capitalism.
There. There. OBS. Was that so difficult?
Yes.
Finding your fucking source screen? Alright,
Has
so
to go back to the source.
yeah, well now thank goodness we have are they all dead already?
So I was
Oh.
telling Masami,
Okay.
I've already beat the game once, so now I am in the handled process of breaking the game. So I found a mod that allows me to go in and change the amount of experience for each level. And I set them all to 1.
Right, so yeah, you're just level 12 off the bat.
Yep.
Yep. I've seen that one. I need to. So I haven't played around with those mods yet, but what you really need to play around with are the UI mods, and one of them redoes that taskbar at the bottom and makes it much more schmexy.
Oh, okay. I'll have to find that mod.
I've done all the easy utility mods for just UI mainly.
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Ooh. Come on now. Yeah, there you go. There's your +5.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us. At least we agree on that.
Okay, I have a question. How have the goblins found you? They're all dead.
Nah. Yeah, there's not one of them that survived.
Right.
Okay, now I need to do this.
You could say he's just gobbling them up.
Bah.
Was it good? Is it good for you?
Well, something's moist.
This needs to go here because being level 12 going into that first battle was fun, and I got the sword.
Yeah, you always need to give her the. So this is the group you're going with. What do you know? What group you'll settle with?
This group.
This group. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't stand Asterion, and Lizelle just pisses me off a lot.
So, based off of the guide that I used to build out my sorcerer/warlock, these 3 are actually the best because Shadowheart does heals and can't hit for shit. I've got Astarion set up as a sharpshooter. I've got Lizelle that is just gonna face tank everything.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, in my in my game, yeah, Barry is the sharpshooter, and Shadowheart is the healer, and
Now, I wonder
who else
if they
got?
fixed this trick.
Will, I think I built Will into a tank. It was like, hey, I'm a sorcerer. I was like, no, you're not. You're a fighter paladin.
Let's see. So, I sell him the backpack. And then
That was much less mighty than I was expecting. It felt bigger. That's what she said.
That's what she wished she said.
One day. One day, perhaps, when I'm well endowed.
One day my prince will come.
Future Leetness would appreciate that.
Hi, future lateness.
One day, perhaps, when I'm endowed.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you have an endowment.
I love mints.
Mm.
Has anyone thought of that? Making mints that are cock-shaped and calling them endowments?
No, but I hope you aren't streaming this because that's an idea worth
Yeah.
building upon.
No, we're not streaming yet.
Yeah, you should
Huh.
totally Google that to make sure no one has, because
You're right.
one of the things that I always go is if it's vaguely sexual related, someone has done it before. And if I've had what I think is an original idea, I still Google it because someone has already fucking done it. And I don't need to put the effort through.
Okay, so just top search results. On Amazon, you can buy something called peckermints.
Nah,
So peckermints, yeah, that's. There are blowjob mints, peckermints. Super fun penis candy. That sounds like something that drunk me would think was a great idea.
I'm pretty sure sober you thinks it's a great idea.
No, sober me thinks that this one's a great idea. There's a candy called Suck a Bag of Dicks. That looks great. I love it. But no endowments. That doesn't seem to be a thing, well, at least on the first page. Let's keep on going. Hard mints. Super fun penis mints. Sexual chocolate. Here's an article on 14 ways to get a harder erection. You know what? Yeah, why not? Okay, kids, let's learn 14 ways to get a harder erection from medicalnewstoday.com. That sounds like a totally legit website.
damn, they fixed it.
Are you trying to gold dupe?
No, there was a trick that is you sell your backpack to the trader, load all of the items into the backpack, and then buy the backpack back for 1 gold. But they've apparently fixed that.
Is this are you working on the new patch?
Yeah, they've apparently
Cool.
fixed that.
Cool, yeah. If you make it to camp, I would love to see how they did the group inventory, how they fixed that. The number one suggestion on how to get a harder erection is to see a doctor. That's number one, see a doctor. Number 2, eat a nutritious diet. And they suggest the Mediterranean diet. I have no idea what that is. Oh, it includes
Fish.
nuts.
Lots of fish.
Plenty of fruit and vegetables, nuts, whole grains, legumes, olive oil, a moderate intake of fish, and a moderate amount of alcohol, such as a glass of wine with a meal. So you get regular exercise, yeah. Communicate with sexual partners. Explore new things. Limit alcohol intake. God damn it. Are you trying to tell me that increased alcohol intake can lead to me not getting hard? I don't believe that.
They call it whiskey dick for a reason.
Is
Whiskey dick.
I don't actually know whiskey dick. I know Coke dick.
Dick dingers.
That sounds like
do
a
you
fast
want me
food
to-
restaurant.
Do you want me to explain whiskey dick to you?
No, I mean I get it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had that problem drinking alcohol. But yeah, I drink a lot of alcohol. Maybe I just, it's my Polish heritage. We never would have
Yeah.
reproduced if we couldn't get hard while drunk.
Yeah, pretty much. I noticed that it over many decades of experience, uh, there's definitely some people where the uh, amount of consumption doesn't matter nearly as quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have never been with an Asian man myself, but I've gotten drunk with plenty of them. By drunk, I mean I haven't gotten drunk with them. They've had 2 beers and collapsed, and I've been like, "Hey,
Mm.
are you okay?
You good?
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to hard liquor. You put your head on the pillow. That's fine." I know it's a stereotype. It just happens to be a biological fact, also.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
so sorry. Just to wrap this up, the number 14 on this list of how to get a harder erection is order medication online.
yep. Blue Chew, man. Blue Chew.
And just remember, folks, if it's harder than 4 hours, please see an emergency room.
Please call Dr. Niggle.
Yes, please take pictures and send them to me. How is this going to treat me? We didn't say anything about treatment. Okay, sorry. Yeah, whatever people were talking about before I became enamored with this fucking list of ways to get a harder erection. I might as well just start streaming. Yeah, I will. I'll kick on the stream in 30 seconds. Omega can join us if he makes it home on time, or if he makes it home and he's already had dinner and showered and all the rest of that. Jesus, yeah, I bet he's still out there.
We should officially dedicate the episode to him and his valiant struggle to get through package land.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what we're gonna do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Church of Chonkwij podcast. I am the disciple of Wong. I am joined tonight by the Keeper of Wong. And, of course, introduce yourself.
Pun Lord must grate me, because 2 wrongs do in fact make a right.
Hey!
Ha I like it.
Oh,
Just
God.
for you.
We're starting off strong. I'm so strong.
Well, at least we're not starting off wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Acceptable.
I rhymed that one.
So, Zero, you're playing a video game. Why are you playing the video game?
The video game? You mean, wait a minute, sir. I think you mean the game that won Game of the Year 2023, Baldur's Gate 3. You know, the one that beat Spider-Man 2. And I'm going to rub that in people's face because Spider-Man 2 didn't even deserve to be nominated. It was a $70 DLC. Get over yourself, PlayStation fanboys. Sorry, I'm a little salty, can you tell?
That's fine. Yeah, Baldur's Gate
seem
3.
You seem peppery.
Nah.
Ooh.
Spicy, even.
Ooh.
Mm.
I tell you guys I made fried chicken over the weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made,
You
Zero.
did.
Yeah. I made buttermilk fried chicken, and you said peppery, and yeah, that's one of the things that I put in my rub is pepper. It's good. So you get pepper, you got paprika, you got a little bit of salt, and you flour, and you dip it in egg wash, and then oh my God, it's so good. Soak the chicken in buttermilk for at least an hour.
Oh yeah,
So
no, you've got to soak it in buttermilk.
So you're saying I missed a delivery?
Yeah. I called you guys, but not on a phone, so you may not have heard me. Oh, goodness. I've also been enjoying this week Baldur's Gate 3 won the Game Awards, as we said, and I've been enjoying the little video snippets that have come out this week of, you know, all the Game of the Year nominees standing together, talking to each other, and all of a sudden Starfield shows up, and it's just like, yeah, guys, doesn't matter who wins or loses, it's just an honor to be nominated. And the rest of them are like, you weren't nominated. I don't know why you're here. Can you leave, please?
You're making us all very uncomfortable.
But guys, I'm Bethesda's next big thing. It took like 7-8 years to make me, and, you know, like 400,000 hours. Starfield, guys, play Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not even nominated. Good for
No, the I think the best thing, and it really has cracked me up to no end, watching it on TikTok, the level of astonishment that people were feigning that Spider-Man 2 did not win a single award in the seven different categories it was nominated in. It did not win one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I played it. It was, like I said, it was an okay game. It was definitely not Game of the Year material.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't a contender. I'm just now getting around to reading the Cox channel. So, yeah, Omega's definitely out. That sucks. Sorry, buddy.
Is it a long channel?
Nah.
I I just went to the top to go look at the pin to see if I could find the first post. I just realized that the subject for the Cox channel is rectum. I just met him.
Well, of course you did.
What in the ever-loving fuck? I'm thinking, I don't... Yeah, okay, whatever. I shouldn't be trusted to set up anything.
No, this is why we have you set up things. We are here for your brand.
my dumbass clusterfucks that occasionally blow up in my face.
Yes, it's a great brand, isn't it, Zero? Tell Doc what a great brand is.
It is a great brand. I love it.
Oh man. Please, people listening to to the Rock and to Oprah and to Elon Musk, if you're still listening to this podcast, donate tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to me so that I can buy a huge social media property and tank it because I'm such a fucking dolt. Leading into a story that we're not going to cover this week, which is Elon Musk let Alex Jones back onto Twitter and is actively promoting him. So yeah.
Okay, you know what? And at first I was like, don't do it. Don't let him back on. But at the same time, if his dumbass ideas are gonna be out there in the world, I want them to be seen because the best disinfectant is sunlight.
There's that. I was just thinking that I just want to watch Twitter burn.
Well, I mean, that's fair, Zero, except for the fact that, like, I think Twitter is basically not getting a lot of attention anymore, because I know I fucking just wiped it off of my phones and devices and just like, I'm never gonna check this again. We're just gonna get rid of it. So, you know, currently all my social news comes from TikTok, which is not any better, to be fair. But
no, you enjoy getting your news from the CCP.
Oh.
There's so much Russian in my heritage, man.
I need to look up like stereotypical Chinese communist music because I know the Russian stereotypical communist music. I know the Nazi stereotypical music. I know all the other things to make fun of all the other things that we talk about, but I don't know any Chinese communist music. I gotta get on that so I can start singing it.
Right.
What are they gonna do? Copy strike us?
Right.
Your song belongs to the people. Oh man.
The Republic barely belongs to the people.
I mean, that's also a fact.
Good times. China, one of the few countries in the world where bribery is legal. Let's wait. What else is on this page? Okay, so Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year, which is excellent. Well deserved. Round of applause for. Do I have applause? Huzzah! What else is here? Best game direction? Oh yeah, that's right. Alan Wake 2 got best game direction.
Devil's advocate.
She's out there now.
Again, Starfield, not even nominated.
Time come, a splendid
Yeah,
Best
Starfield.
narrative?
Actually, Starfield was nominated for best role-playing game. It lost, but it was nominated.
Interesting. Zero did, yeah, and a big thank you again to you, Zero, for going through in the Cox channel and putting down all this stuff.
Yeah, not a problem.
We watched it together for a little while. Let's see, Alan Wake 2 won Best Narrative. Well deserved again, pretty good. I would have given it to Baldur's Gate 3, but I am a Laren whore. Best Art Direction, Alan Wake. Best Score in Music, Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's hard to get around that. But
Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
But do either of you know about all the YouTube videos for Baldur's Gate 3 where people are getting together, like 5 characters, all with instruments, and they're playing the various songs that you can collect in the game?
Yes, I have seen these.
Masami, if you haven't, go check it out. They're beautiful. There's some beautiful performances that your characters can do in Baldur's Gate 3, and I appreciate that because that is not something that I really see in games.
Bard is definitely one of the more fun classes in the game. I have yet to play one, but I'm going to at some point in one of my playthroughs.
Yes, Doc, tell us about being a bard.
Oh my god, it's the best. Basically, you have half proficiency on every single roll.
Yeah, jack of all trades,
Yeah,
man.
at least. And then you start going into, like just basic proficiencies where you get like 6 or 7 of them, and then you get double proficiencies for 4 of them once you hit level 12. Oh my god, being a bard is so amazing. Not really for combat, though. You start to get stomped on in combat. Masami, you were very graceful about not having Barry stomped on too many times.
Well, remember the few times you did get hit?
Oh yeah, no, it was a huge deal. Barry was a massive drama queen.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That was a few times where you just did the bad position, and you were the juicy target.
It's like, yeah, that's a good way of being like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But I never learn. Best performance went to Neil Newborn in Baldur's Gate 3, Asterion, I believe.
Yes.
Good times, well deserved. Of course, the other serious contender in there was Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 2077. But
Which, if anybody else could have won, he deserved it because I've seen the gameplay and the acting footage from that particular performance, and it is good.
it's true. It was really both. You know what? Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 rebounded hard from its bad launch. Let's see.
It did pretty good.
It did. Innovation in accessibility. I have no fucking idea what that is supposed to mean.
So, pretty much what it boils down to is ability for people with accessibility issues to be able to play the games.
You, not a step closer.
I was thinking that Diablo was going to get that one because it was widely publicized that a blind individual beat Uber Lilith. And I was like, dude, that is like a feat in and of itself for somebody with vision, much less somebody who's completely blind. But Forza Motorsports won it too, which, I mean, good for them. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a huge fan of racing games, but
Yeah. Yeah. So is that okay? Innovation and accessibility. Again, games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Something called Chia 1.
yeah, Chia's pretty fun.
Alright.
Thank you for taking me back to Saturday morning cartoons.
Mhm.
Chia.
When cartoons were only on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Our best ongoing went to Cyberpunk 2077, as it would. Best community support for Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, obviously. And,
Destiny 2 was nominated for that, and when I saw their name pop up on the list, I about pissed myself laughing. I was like, there is no way if Destiny 2 and Bungie win this, I swear I will stop playing video games altogether.
You know, Zero, if they are having such a problem, they make underwear for that.
Well, yeah.
So the description for this is recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusiveness of social media activity, and game updates and patches. So Cyberpunk 2077 would have been a strong contender for this. Baldur's Gate 3 won, obviously, because it was the strongest contender. I agree. No Man's Sky, I guess? Not really a terribly popular property as far as I know anymore, but they have changed the game. Was that Hello Games has done a lot of work to improve that game since launch. So okay,
Yeah.
Destiny 2. You wanna talk about how Bungie has been transparent and responsive and inclusive of social media activity and game updates?
I mean, they have been. Okay, so I joke around and I do give them a hard time because Bungie shit. But they have done a lot for the community, but at the same time, it's one of those things that they don't deserve an award for that. They don't deserve an award for doing the bare minimum. So,
Oh, hi, Owlbear.
Are you having a hoot?
He's about to.
Or are you barely holding it together?
oh no, unacceptable.
What, it wasn't a Kodiak moment?
Oh my god.
No.
It's
Just,
getting
yeah,
worse.
roll as many times as you can. There you go. You finally got it.
I want to see what happens if I puff out my chest and try to make myself big.
No one's gonna believe you?
The owlbear says hoot hoot. Oh, it just...
Yeah, it ignores you. Son of a...
Why did it keep... All you did was poke at the bones. All you did poke at the bones. That's it. Asterion sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, as this battle is progressing, best indie game went to Sea of Stars. It wasn't up against much else, but Sea of Stars, I heard good things. Best debut indie game was Cocoon. Stop me if you've played any of these, because I haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't played that one.
Let's see, best mobile game. We're just gonna go ahead and skip that. Best VR game went to Resident Evil Village. Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed off that Hello Kitty Island Adventure did not win best mobile game. I'm quite pissed off that didn't win.
Yeah. I'm surprised you managed to make it through that sentence. Not just absolutely raging. My take on Resident Evil Village, VR mode, winning best VR, is just basically people who have a crushing fetish and want to get stepped on by mommy. Nobody else? Alright. Fair enough.
Yep.
I was about to say, like, that's a self call out, right?
Best action game went to Armored Core 6. Yes, absolutely. I haven't played it. I've seen the gameplay footage of it, and I've seen some Let's Plays through it. I am all for Armored Core 6. Just, yes, I would play that game if I was into single-player games anymore. And Best Action Adventure went to Legend of Zelda. That was the title that was the category that Legend of Zelda won.
Which
Huzzah.
good for them.
Yes.
I'm glad that they won at least one
Yes.
category because they did deserve it. Although again, I feel like that was a $70 DLC. Because it kind of was, and even my sister who is a diehard fan of Zelda was even like, this is a DLC. This could have been added as a DLC.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Nintendo as a company. I recognize that they put out some really outstanding games. I just, yeah, their whole attitude on their older games and their attitude towards emulation is disgusting and stupid to me.
Yeah.
But Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom was obviously a very popular game, and I saw a lot of YouTube videos of people making some really entertaining shit in that game. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. Best RPG was Baldur's Gate 3. Best fighting was Street Fighter 6. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Best family game was Super Mario Bros. Wonderland. And I'm trying to get to... Not this one. Best Sim Strategy. We don't know any of that. Best Sports Racing. Forza. Again. Here we go. Best Multiplayer. I wanted to put up Best Multiplayer because it went to Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 won for multiplayer over Diablo 4, Party Animals, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Street Fighter 6. I feel like of the 5 in this category, Baldur's Gate 3 is the least likely to win for multiplayer, but it took it home. Like, especially for Diablo 4, which is essentially built to be a multiplayer game. Party Animals is a multiplayer game. Street Fighter 6 is, you know, a single-player game, but it's got excellent multiplayer in it. And Super Mario Bros. Wonder is, again, it's like, that's half the experience is multiplayer. But, yeah. This one I thought was strange. Not complaining, because I like Baldur's Gate, but this one was a little weird.
I will definitely say that it is one of those ones that caught me off guard because I was not expecting Baldur's Gate to win that one. I was like, Diablo 4 is going to win that one hands down. That one or Party Animals, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And when they said Baldur's Gate, I was shocked.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, there are a lot more categories to go through, but you get the idea. Best esports game? I don't think... Best esports athlete? No. Best esports team? No. Best esports coach? Yeah, I'm done with this. All right, that's the end of that.
So the person who won, what is it, best creator or streamer, whatever it was, Iron Mouse, it was absolutely hilarious because I've seen the videos of that person streaming during the awards, and she was like, I thought that they had everybody record a speech. Like, legitimately had no clue that she won because she thought that everybody was recording a speech for
an
acceptance speech. Yeah.
That is...
So
I've heard before at award shows like the Emmys, if you're nominated, you're invited and you're put in like in a place where the cameras can readily find you, and so you just go in there expecting that everybody who's been nominated has been told to sit in, you know, a potential winner's seat, and this is such a sad part in the game, and prepare a speech. So yeah, I've heard that is a thing. Come on, good boy. Come on. Oh, yes! Nailed it.
The dog lowers his hackles. His head.
See,
Oh,
this is the thing about Barry at this point, because you get the free whatever pretty early on in Bard, and so I had Speak with Animals, and in this game you just cast it once and it lasts all day. So every day I was speaking with animals,
okay.
Scratch with a deep, heartbroken,
which is great because the rats in the goblin camp are helpful.
sad eyes.
All right, Dr. Doolittle.
I think Barry would be an animal person, probably a cat person more than a dog person, but I think Barry would like animals. Aminals.
Yeah.
Well, he
Let's
sure
throw-
did love pussy.
Let's go ahead and throw the rest of the party off.
Figure it out, scrubs.
Yeah, let me just misty step over to the other side of this river and y'all figure it the fuck out.
What you're doing right now took me like 1.5 gameplays to figure out how to do. I was not accustomed to the jump mechanic,
Yeah.
and I had to. Oh no! No! Unlink your group. Fuckers.
I know it's rather irritating.
I hate that. I've done that, and I've messed up battles and all the rest of this shit. Not unlinking my group. Anyway, so before we get into the really fun part of this evening,
For men like the rough. His
let's see, Zero, you brought this up, and this was not a studio that I was paying attention to, but the day before, Studio FNTASTIC, I think it's called,
Yes.
has failed financially, and the dev is closing down 4 days after the launch of this game. And the quote from their tweet is, "We don't have the funding to continue the work."
So it's really, really bad that they did this, and let me explain why. To put it lightly, they fucked all of their players. Anybody who bought that game, it was in early access. People were paying $40 for it, and they paid $40 for a asset flip. Is essentially what they paid for. The game had a 2-hour tutorial, okay? A 2-hour tutorial, and what is the minimum or what is the maximum threshold for gameplay to get a refund?
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
Yep. This company knew exactly what they were doing. It was a 2-hour. So people spend 2 hours. Once they get past the tutorial, there is nothing out in the world. Nothing like what was in the trailer. Nothing at all. It was absolutely atrocious. And people were trying to get refunded. It was truly, it was one of the ones that I believe Omega was looking forward to, and I think Leetnos was looking forward to.
Yeah, I can see on
And-
Steam that it's on both of their wish lists.
And it just turned out to be awful. So they royally fucked their player base, and then they turn around, and the second that they get all the money that they can out of it, they turn around and shut down shop.
So there have been updates on this story. Just want to say that it is no longer, the day before is no longer available to purchase on Steam. So
Correct.
you can't buy it anymore. And when I was going through the Steam page and I was looking at the reviews, I was trying to find positive reviews. I couldn't. But when I was going through the reviews, I was seeing, it tells you in your Steam review if the product was refunded. I was seeing people with over 3 hours in the game that had the product refunded. So Valve might have taken things into their own hands, and they may be waiving the 2-hour requirement. If what you say is
Yeah.
true, then I don't think Valve wants to be complicit in something like a scam like that. So
Yeah, that opens them up to fraud and other sorts of charges or being an accessory. So really that's just them being like, we don't want to be part of this legal struggle, because there probably will be one.
Oh, there's definitely going to be one.
there could be a class action suit here, but what I learned when reading about this is that the studio FNTASTIC is based out of Singapore. So if you're in the United States and you're trying to file a class action lawsuit against a company in Singapore, you need to go through something other than the U.S. Justice Department, because I don't think we have any jurisdiction over there, and I don't think any of the devs are going to willingly fly out to the United States to stand trial. So I'm not sure how that would happen, but it does seem like this studio made. First of all, this is a smaller studio. It's a quote unquote indie studio, and they bit off more than they could chew, according to their statement. They tried and failed horribly to deliver an open world MMO zombie shooter survival game. It's pretty much none of those things.
No, it is not.
According to one review, there's not even melee combat in the game. Like somebody's had to switch worlds, they had to switch instances or something, and they lost all their gear. And they initially thought, okay, not a problem. We're gonna go and we're gonna find new gear. But they encountered zombies while they were looking for weapons, and they couldn't punch the zombies. There was no melee fighting. But this company, I guess, also had a controversy. All these controversies are centered around this game, the day before. They had a controversy early this year over volunteer developers. They had asked for volunteers in their community to act as community managers and perform other tasks that are basically, in this country at least, it's assumed that if you're a community manager on a game website, then you're getting paid. Even if you're a part-time employee, you're getting paid to troll through forums and remove content that doesn't belong there. They asked for people to volunteer to do that. They asked for people to volunteer reviewing other sensitive game production processes, such as translation or bug finding. That's not something that you hire volunteers for. That's something that you hire people for full-time. And you pay them. But yeah, there were a lot of strange things centered around this particular game this year, and it all culminated with the game going into early access on December 7th. It received overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. It still has overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. Some of them are funny, some of them are sad, and I guess it resulted in the studio closing down. I don't know what they were expecting. Were they expecting a massive cash flow coming in?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
It was, and that's the other thing. This was one of the most wishlisted games on Steam for 2023.
Huh.
Yeah, it just collapsed. Anyway. Sad, because I did see some of the gameplay footage earlier on. I think Omega might have talked about this early this year, and we might have taken a look at the gameplay footage together and been like, huh, that actually looks like we might play together. Actually looks kind of fun. But it is no more. It is now a dead game.
Dun 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 dun
Mhm.
dun dun.
That's a 3-pointer! Alright. So, the juice.
The future looks a little less daunting.
And I know what you're thinking, not O.J. Simpson.
I'm okay.
Matt Colville has a game company. And his game company had a crowdfunding campaign for their official RPG, known as the MCDM RPG. And they were asking for $800,000. Within the first week, they surpassed that goal, and as of today, they are sitting at $2.8 million to back this project. So it is the MCDM RPG. And it is, I'm just taking a look at the back page, and it is a tabletop RPG that I don't know terribly much about, but I'm hoping that the both of you do, because you're more knowledgeable about this than I am.
I've never heard of this tabletop RPG. If I'm being 100% real, never heard of it.
So, I have heard of Matt Colville. I actually followed his channel for a little while because he has some interesting videos on DMing and some other things. Like, genuinely an interesting guy to talk to. And he's done other Kickstarters for supplements and stuff for 5.0, for D&D 5.0. He kind of, I'll be honest, when you told me about this earlier, that was the first time I had ever heard of this, of him doing his own RPG. Am I surprised? No, because his stuff is pretty popular with the portion of the community that likes like some of the older style D&D stuff, like where it's a little bit, gets deeper into the weeds, you know, because I believe one of his big things was strongholds and something to where he wrote like a stronghold system so you could basically Age of Empires D&D essentially, is I believe what it was about. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if the system is kind of similarly nitty gritty. And given the fact that D&D is kind of transitioning from 5.0 to D&D 1 or whatever the fuck that is, and kind of ruffling some feathers, plus like we're in that vacuum stage between D&D editions that happens from time to time, where like there's not a lot of new stuff coming out, or people don't like the new stuff that they're seeing from the beta tests. And 5.0 is a little long in the tooth at this time, so you know someone sees new system and they've just like watched his channel or whatever, they're probably going to buy into it just to see what it's like. And from what I know, he's pretty decent creator. I haven't heard anything bad, let me put it that way. That's probably a better way to put it.
Cool. So yeah, looking through here, it is very, obviously it's D&D like.
Makes sense.
But the things that seem to make this tabletop RPG much different is that this is not designed to be a dungeon crawler. This is, to quote this, it is an adventure story that you're running in a fantasy RPG, and you're doing it in a much more straightforward way than D&D. This game is not intended to be about counting hexes and dungeon crawling and tracking torches and rations and ammunition and things like that. This seems to be more about progressing, more about being more active and skipping things that some players of D&D might not find as fun. Which is the management side of inventory management, which personally gets me super hard. But I understand it's not for everybody. The other thing that's really interesting about this that I'm reading is, in terms of combat, the game uses 2d6 plus a handful of d4s and d8s. When you attack, you roll 2d6, and you add one of your attributes. That is how much damage you do. So your attack roll is your damage roll. You cannot miss. So that to me, especially for low-level players or people getting into the RPG scene, that seems like a huge appeal.
Yeah, and 2d6 is kind of a there's a lot of systems I've seen use that as a base, especially a lot of the simpler ones like Monster of the Week and some other things. Um, and I will take back what I said earlier. This seems to be a an appeal to make. It looks to be like something to bring more people into the hobby, which I am all for. Actually, this sounds a lot like the way I was running D&D, minus the times where I was like, okay, Eliteness enjoys the big numbers and the grid and whatnot, so we're gonna do some of that. But in general, this sounds like the way I run D&D is I'm more focused on the story and the adventure and less on the nitty gritty of things.
Yes, and I also remember from our last campaign it happened especially a lot to Omega, where he would burn spell slots trying to do damage or do something to an opponent, and then the opponent would save, and it would basically negate whatever he was trying to do, and it's understandably frustrating, especially if you have a plan and you're just like, well, I wasted my time thinking about that. No more. I'm quoting here. No more wasted turns, no more burning resources on spells, only for your target to save. So yeah, when you attack, when you roll that die, you are hitting and you are doing damage, which I imagine would also move the battle along, at least a little.
Oh yeah, no, it will. It would definitely make combat much more fast paced. I wonder if like they introduced some sort of like if they're using like cover mechanics or anything like that to where like if someone's behind cover, they're only getting like 50% of the damage or something. Making that a
Yeah.
little bit more tactical, but not grinding it down. I'm now intrigued. I don't need to be intrigued because I don't because money, but I'm
Yeah, I was
intrigued
gonna, I
now.
was gonna say, yeah, this is a whole. How much money is in your saving account, and you just throw it at this. Um, this. So to get what you just said, there are uh, com there are out of game mechanics. It seems like the primary new mechanics that are being introduced in this kind of game is for out of combat stuff, but in combat stuff, uh, uh, enemies and you have abilities, which I'm not sure if they cost a resource to use them or not, but you collect abilities and resources as the game progresses, so your battles slowly get more and more epic as they go. But what caught my eye was action-oriented blast. Heroes and monsters often have abilities that knock their opponents into walls, through doors, or into each other. So you said cover-based system. I wonder if some abilities here that are popular would actually destroy cover, or would add that kind of new mechanic to a fight, where you all of a sudden
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're standing behind a tree, you can use an ability to blow that tree out of the ground.
And conversely, I think it's also saying the opposite. I think there are abilities that if the enemy is attacking you and they're under the same rules where they roll 2d6 and they're doing that much damage, you basically pull an ability either, off of your class or out of an item to basically negate so much of the damage or the damage entirely. And as long as you've got that resource, that you can use, maybe X many times per turn or per, combat or whatever, I could see that because that actually sounds interesting. Because
Right.
when basically someone's chucking to use zero is fine example for when someone casts fireball and you know and the mage basically puts up a dome of force that blocks the fireball.
Fireball immediately made me think of Zero.
Fireball.
Yeah, Zero and I were talking about that earlier, so I'm just wrapping it around.
Fireball.
It's kind of the best spell.
There is no I. There is no I in team, but there are a bunch of I's in fuck it. I cast fireball.
Yeah.
I've turned you into such nerds. I'm proud of myself.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted. You haven't turned me into a nerd. You've just cultivated it.
Yes, you were a garden that has become fertile and green. The rest of them I have firmly corrupted.
Oh yes, and it is mucho appreciated.
Well, you corrupted me pretty wholeheartedly. The whole concept of adding books into gameplay, giving Barry reading material. Yeah, that was. Uh, what do I want to say here? That was a bottomless crevice that I was sort of peeking over, and then Masami came right up behind me and just sort of kicked me 300 style. This is
Yeah.
D&D,
Mhm.
and then just
Pretty much.
right over into the pit. So there for this anyway, for this crowdfunding, what's been funded and what's coming out is going to be a couple of books, 2 books. One is for heroes. It's a rule book. It says about 400 pages of rules for making characters and character customization, advancement, and ancestries, classic and new. And there will be a bunch of classes, skills, rules for combat, negotiation, research, and crafting. Oh, I didn't talk about negotiation. I'll talk about that in a second. The second book is for monsters. It's according to this, it's basically flee mortals without the villain parties or environments. So most of the monsters in the 5e book, plus all the stuff that we've had to cut, and a bunch of new stuff. So those are the 2 books, a hero's book and a monsters book. Negotiation. I just wanted to talk about this real quick. So for out of combat things, certain NPCs can be negotiated with to get them to change their allegiance or reconsider their actions. According to this, technically any NPC can be negotiated with, but there's usually only one per adventure, where you can, you can basically talk them out of a decision or talk them into doing something they otherwise would not do. And those NPCs that you can negotiate with have stats, patience and interest, and you can basically manipulate them, I guess, which is interesting. I know in our last D&D campaign, Masami had plenty of NPCs that we could talk to, and we could change their minds or opinions or reveal information to them that would make them change their course of action. But that was largely because Masami's best DM, and this is
Aww.
built into the game. So that is interesting to me as well, especially special stats that make it more or less likely that what you want to negotiate with this NPC is possible. So that is cool.
I will say this. I think that is probably my favorite part of Pathfinder 2e. Is that I can negotiate. If I'm in town, I can negotiate with townsfolk to get better prices on stuff. And if I do stuff within the game itself, for the townsfolk, they'll give me discounts and I can find ways to negotiate and do that. Right now, my little kobold is attempting to woo the matron of a bar in town. He's not succeeding, but she hasn't kicked him out of the bar yet, so we're going to count it as a win.
It sounds like she just enjoys the attention.
No. She's very
tolerant.
Yeah, that's a good word. Tolerant is a very good word. Because he's a rogue, but he's not the brightest rogue.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations.
Curse you all for finding an article about this, because now I'm genuinely interested.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
Yep.
new campaign.
Yep. MCDM RPG. Hey, if you want to, yeah. Anyway, they're intending to publish this game under an open license, probably something like the Shadow Dark license, they say. Because they want other people to share and publish their own work using these rules and set in this world. And
Oh, that's nice.
they think that they can get the 2 PDFs of the rulebooks finished by June of 2025, but they don't think, I'm quoting here, they don't think that we'll have to wait that long to play it. Because if things go well, quote, we intend to get you, our backers, a playtest packet sometime next year, hopefully by Q2 of 2024. So that's spring of next year.
That makes sense. That's about right. They'll spend all winter writing it. Because I can't remember where Matt lives, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would also like his YouTube channel has a wide variety of content, but if you spend a few minutes, you'll probably find something you'll like, and he's actually genuinely interesting to listen to. There's just so many things to listen to on the internet, but I have listened to some of his stuff, especially the stuff on GMing or DMing. He's got some really good advice on that topic.
Oh my goodness. So they said that if they reach $2 million, they would put out a Vasloria box set?
I'm guessing that's the be the basically the home setting, the setting that they have developed to work, in this, just like Forgotten Realms is the default setting for D&D.
God damn, you are spot on. So it's MCDM's medieval European analog. It's one region larger world. Oh, it is one region in the larger world of Orden, and it includes several different nations, factions, its own history, culture, points of interest. So they say, should they reach $2 million, which they did, they will pay someone to manage the development of this product and hopefully future products set in Valsoria, a line developer. So yeah, they're now, because they hit 2 million, they're going to release a box that should include several short adventures between 32 and 64 pages, each with their own villains, for a real sandbox experience, along with lots of handouts that make good and immersive props. Lots of handouts that make good and immersive props. There you go. So, good lord. Yeah, they hit so many. They hit their virtual tabletop goal of $1.5 million, so they're also going to fund a virtual tabletop for this game. Oh man, this is pretty. Anyway, it's really incredible that they. It's really incredible that they reached $2.8 million and so quickly. And obviously, there's a lot of interest in this, and there's a lot of trust being put into these developers. So I hope it all pays off, and I hope we get a fantastic game out of it. Good lord. $800,000 goal. They surpassed it by $2 million.
Good for them. You know, that if it can always be said that the tabletop gaming community, if they want to rally behind something, they will rally behind something.
Yep.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
Absolutely. Oh, hey, Zero, I know where you are. You are in der swamp.
In the swamps?
You're in der swamps shooting at the bad guys. Stop saving, you fucking twats. How do they save? All the time, every time.
All I'm gonna say is I did not realize that planar allies were wearing nothing, essentially.
Good.
Overkill.
I gotta be honest, I've never seen that guy before. I have no idea where he came from. Okay.
All right,
we
let's
had
see.
we had a couple of technology articles that I just want to cover really quickly because we talked about ceramics-based storage last week, and this week Omega was kind enough to post Microsoft is developing their own glass-based storage technology, but they might be hoarding it as proprietary technology so that they can use it on their they can deliver it to Azure customers first, and then maybe open it up to other people, but it seems to be primarily cloud-based, which I don't like. And to do my TED Talk, just briefly, the reason that I was so into ceramic storage is because it was being designed to replace hard drives and SSDs for commercial use for us, so that we can go out and buy them. Microsoft and larger perhaps more technologically able companies in terms of manufacturing and R&D might be looking at storage in a different way, such as it's a real problem that people are just able to go out and buy a hard drive or an SSD. We don't like that you can buy your own memory storage devices and use them independently. It would be much better for us financially if there were no hard drives and computers and you literally had to link up to the Microsoft Cloud to use any of your stuff, and you installed all your stuff on our servers and we had access to all your stuff, and basically if you cancel your subscription you'd lose access to all your documents. So I think that would be completely colossally bullshit, and I think that is definitely something that Microsoft especially and Apple would really get behind. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Come on,
I don't-
Karlak. Come on, Will. Let's get along. Sorry.
It's, yeah, Karlak.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't
Wow. That was a lot.
What?
Your upper left-hand screen. That was a lot of people reacting.
I think that was a lot of approval.
You don't know what you're on.
I swear.
Is that because he pulled up his pants?
You really are.
Oh,
I see the
If it gets too much zero, you let me know.
Blood will source.
step on me, Karlak.
Noted.
And finally, some other people have been doing their own research on diamond data storage, and the way that this works is actually really cool. Basically, you shine a laser through a defect, through just natural defects that are found in diamonds, I think they're called nitrogen centers. And if you use different colored lights, you can basically different color laser. So, for example, red, blue, and green. Then you can store data right up next to each other, possibly basically in the same spot, just using light, and you don't have the problems that modern Blu-rays and hard drives have, where you can only get a laser to store a bit so close to the next bit before they start overlapping each other and you start getting data degradation. So at a diamond, let's see, 1 square inch of diamond could store as much data as an entire Blu-ray disc. So very, very cool. This one is very highly experimental, and it currently only works in cryogenic conditions. You need like liquid nitrogen to make this work. But people are hopeful, the developers are hopeful that maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years, might be able to do this at room temperature, and we could do it with other materials instead of industrial diamond, and we could make it more consumer friendly. Lovely.
It'd be nice. I guarantee you it's going to be expensive as hell. That's.
All
I
of
mean,
them
you're
will-
dealing with diamonds.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
you're
no.
dealing with De Beers, who uh, enforces a diamond shortage, even though there's not really one.
Now, this is an important thing to bring up. We're actually talking about industrial diamonds. Industrial diamonds
Ah.
are baked. Basically, we don't find them. De Beers is, yeah, they're real fucking assholes when it comes to natural diamonds that you find just in the ground. And yeah, they snatch all those up and create artificial scarcity. But that is one of the reasons why natural diamonds cost so much goddamn money, and why industrial diamonds are a dime a dozen.
Oh, so these are like the cubic zirconias and other bullshit.
Yes. So these
Okay,
these
that makes
diamonds,
sense. That's a good clarification.
yeah, these should be able to be produced for relatively not a lot. But Zero,
Yeah, you
you're
can-
right anyway, because new technologies are always the most expensive, and then they get cheaper as time goes on.
Yeah, because you're essentially paying for development cost on the upside, and then after a certain point, it's fuck accounting principle. Basically, you've paid off what it took to research the damn thing, and now you can sell it for a profit.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
There's a word
you know
for
what?
that.
Yeah, there's a word for that, but I'm fucking failing to figure it out.
My economics first of all, I took economics in college. The only reason that I passed that course was because my mother actually helped me. I'd end up going over to my parents' house, and I'd sit with my mother, and I'd just be like, here, read through the economics chapter and just verbally quiz me. Usually while we were doing stuff with the dogs, like giving dogs haircuts or baths or something like that. My economics teacher at college could not fucking speak English.
Oh no.
It was so bad. And the worksheets that she gave us and the tasks and all the rest of that she gave us too were just full of grammatical errors and spelling mistakes. It was so terrible. I mean, I passed the course and I did all right with it, but that's just because I did so much damn studying outside of class. Man, that took me back. Hey! You leave that small child alone. Oh, go say hi to the bear. Tickles.
Mm.
I'm gonna remember the term when I'm going to bed tonight as I'm laying there in bed, and then I'll just sit
And
up
you will
and be like,
send it. You will send it through, and I guarantee you,
Yes.
you'll send it right through.
absolutely.
A few questions, if you
This man is as dapper as Barry,
take my interest.
No one is
Yes.
as dapper as Barry.
but 5 times as annoying.
He's a little, he's not as cool.
Aye. And the dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. The scandal. Ah, but he's
Oh, god damn it.
just preparing to head to their...
Okay, fine, let's go to vocabulary.com.
Vocabulary.
Learn flash... Oh my god, there are flashcards available. Where was this when I was in school?
The internet was a nascent cesspool at that time.
It's
Yeah.
still a nascent cesspool. What are you talking about?
Yeah, at that time I really didn't know about any sites besides 4chan and Ogrish and Something Awful. And what else? That's pretty much it. Oh, YouTube. Just throw YouTube in there for good measure.
The original YouTube before it was bought by Google.
Yeah, the
Important
original YouTube,
clarifications.
when all the videos were Flash-based.
And of fucking cats. Not fucking cats, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
Cats.
You chose what you said.
That's something Sid and I used to say to each other. Whenever some asshole came into our game and was dicking around, we were just like, I bet that dude fucks cats.
I am not surprised.
There's a story behind that, but it doesn't matter. Smack that child, he's enchanted. Alright, Zero. Let's figure out.
All of the bonuses.
Have you ever done all of the bonuses and you've still gotten 2 1s?
2 1s, yes. It is awful.
That does not feel good. Oh well, okay.
Yes, everything's going to be fine. No, it's not. You're going to die, small child.
Use the child as a shield. It's fine. Masami, what do we call this episode?
Are we out, or are we deciding it live on the air?
We're deciding it live while, we're deciding it live so that we can come up with stuff, but future Leetness can also come up with stuff, and he can yell at his computer, and his employees can be confused about it, and then he'll just be like, shut up, get back to work.
So we're really giving him a cathartic exercise. Okay, I'm down with it. Let's see here.
He's spicing up his day. I hate the harpies.
It's okay. They're all going to fly down right there. Yep.
Oh, I got it. Not all things come in Fantastic 21 packages. Or whatever the name of that
Ooh.
fucking company was.
Yeah, fantastic. Not all things come in fantastic.
And packages because we said we were going to dedicate this to Omega.
Oh, good call. Yeah, okay.
We're thinking about you, buddy. No idea if you listen to this, but we're thinking about you.
Whoa, wait, where does 21 come from?
Should I just drop a fireball on this bitch?
Yes.
I don't know. I looked at the tweet and then I so quickly got off Twitter that I saw part of their name. Oh, Fantastic HQ. So whatever. However you want to do it.
Yeah, fuck them. Not all things come in fantastic packages. That's a good time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being in Twitch chat. Can you believe we're still on Twitch? We haven't been kicked off Twitch yet.
We don't have an audience. That's why we haven't been kicked off Twitch yet.
That's true, because I've said insult like 1,000 times.
Well, at least you're not simping for it.
And you'll continue to say it 1,000 more times, as will Zero.
Dumb virgins.
Ah!
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're never going to live that down. All right, anyway, yeah, thank you everybody for coming along. See you, wait, I don't know if we will have a podcast a week from today. I'm not sure. We might be done for the year.
Okay, that's fair.
A week from today?
Yeah, a week from Monday. Or from today. I'm not sure if we're around. If Omega is probably still gonna be having like a really rough time of it. If we're around and we want to do it and there's interesting stuff, then yeah, we can definitely have a podcast. But apart from that, I'm not gonna sweat it too much. So we might just say Happy New Year to everybody now. And
yeah, I think that's probably a good plan. I think I've got a thing next Monday, and the Monday after that is Christmas. So, and then after that is the 1st, and we get to have the Happy New Year, Happy Hangover podcast.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh,
it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it.
You know what's funny? I'm off that whole week. So if we don't do the podcast on New Year's Day,
my poor liver. All right. Well, anyway, it's been a great 2023. No, it hasn't. It's been a fucking rotten 2023, but it's been a great 2023 in the COC.
Yes,
So,
it
yeah.
has.
That is true.
GG's, everybody, and we will see you next year. Fuck Putin, fuck Winnie the Pooh, fuck Nestle, fuck Elon, fuck Linus Tech Tips, and God bless Bill Paxton. A saint among saints.
Yes, absolutely.
And congratulations, Baldur's Gate 3 and Laren Studios. Well deserved. Excellent game. We all loved it. Continue to love it. And penis,
Beloved
penis.
in the future.
Beloved in the yep. All right. I can push buttons. Penis.